Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions and prospects are coming up in the Single Market Program.
Hello, my name is Pavел Koktышев, and you're watching Single Market. The construction process of a new building always starts with the laying of the foundation. The stability of the building depends on its reliability and robustness. The Eurasian Economic Union commenced its formation 3 years ago, but the formation of its foundational platform is still ongoing, because it is not possible to hastily adopt legal norms and laws that determine the way and future of the integration process. The main goal behind the creation of the Eurasian Economic Union is cooperation in the name of mutual gain. This means that the realization of joint projects within the Union must be of benefit to all of its members. And without a unifying platform, this task is impossible. The success of business projects on the territory of the Integration Union depends directly on the commonly chosen strategy, which is aimed at increasing the efficiency of the working of mechanisms that accompany the movement of goods and services, not just within the inter-union export channels, but also beyond. This does not just concern finances, but also processes related to labeling, convenience and transparency. From farmers who own just a couple of cows to large producers, we get greater opportunities to enter other markets and greater ability to satisfy consumer demand. This is how we get this connection in the digital format. It is short, barrier-free and fast. The Eurasian Economic Union has two key financial institutions. This is the Eurasian Development Bank and the Eurasian Fund of Stabilization and Development. The founding countries of both institutions are the 5 member countries of the Union, as well as Tajikistan. Their common statutory capital exceeds $15 billion. And at the backdrop of current realities, these institutions are making efforts to optimize their work. If we want to be on equal terms in this Eurasian integration, we have to learn to generate mechanisms of financing loans for development and learn from China how to manage economic development through increasing the level of investment flows and not through targeting inflation. And then we would overall have not just the formal legal voting right, but also a financial and economic one. The signing of the Memorandum on Cooperation between the Eurasian Development Bank and the Business Council of the Eurasian Economic Union can be considered as one of the new measures that is aimed at deepening the process of Eurasian integration. Thanks to this agreement, the integration projects can get expert, information, analytical, and even financial support on a higher level. I always cite Jacques Delors, who said that integration is like riding a bike. If you stop pedaling, you fall. That is why if we stop in the integration process and do not continue perfecting it, then we will not get the results. The new stage in the improvement of the integration climate will be the coming into effect of the Eurasian Economic Union Customs Code in January 2018. The adoption of the Customs Code is a step in the direction that will get our system of customs regulation and control to the internationally recognized level and will allow to decrease the costs of crossing the customs borders for fair-playing entrepreneurs. Just as every foundational legal document which affects the interest of a number of countries, its final approval is riddled with arguments, differing opinions and debates. For example, because of the similarities between the economies of Russia and Kazakhstan, which are oriented at export of mineral resources, there are some things on which these countries disagree. That is why all the comments and proposals which are made in the process of working out optimal decisions are taken into account. The Economic Commission is constantly working on this in joint cooperation with the member countries, because as you know, the Eurasian Economic Union functions using the principle of consensus. Therefore, all the countries must agree that precisely this or that binding norm must be applied to all. The global experience of integration projects shows that before they reached a level of stability in their establishment, they had to go through a period of adjustment to the new realities. And this is what transformation means. Big changes require big efforts. But in the end, it is worth it. In either case, the foundation of the future for the Eurasian Economic Union is already being laid down today. And how reliable it will be depends on the effective actions of the member countries that have decided to embark on this path of integration. Alek Boldarev, Bahrajan Bahriyev, exclusively for Single Market.
Влиятельными бывают не только личности.
Not just individuals, companies, or financial institutions, but also passports can be powerful. And there are even ratings determining the power of this document, which determines the identity and citizenship of a person. Our analyst Alexander Galiyev will continue the story.
Открыватель Александр Галиев.
Главный индикатор
The main indicator in the power ranking of passports is the number of countries that this official document allows its bearers to visit visa-free. In my report, I will rely on the results obtained by the Canadian consulting company Art & Capital, and this rating is called the Global Passport Power Rank.
Паспорт Power Rank. Итак, в 2017
And so, in 2017, the most powerful passports are of citizens of Germany and Singapore, who can visit 159 countries without a visa. In second place, Sweden and South Korea. The bearers of these passports can freely cross the borders of 158 countries. In third place, there are 9 countries: Denmark, Finland, Italy, France, Spain, Norway, UK, Japan, and US. For them, visa-free access is granted to 157 countries.
7 государств. Визовым прорывом 2017 в рейтинге признан.
Ukraine is considered to have made a breakthrough in the 2017 rating. Just back in January, its citizens could freely visit 87 countries. Starting June 11th, the list of visa-free countries expanded to 119 countries of the world. As a result, Ukraine was ranked up in the global passport power rank from 46th to 30th position.
А теперь о позиции стран Евразийского экономического.
And now let's look at the positions of the countries of the Eurasian Economic Union. Russia was ranked 41st. Its citizens have visa-free access to 106 countries. Belarus was ranked 59th in the passport power rank rating. Its citizens can freely visit 70 countries. Next is Kazakhstan, 60th position, and possibility for its citizens to freely cross the borders of 69 countries. In 66th position are Armenia and Kyrgyzstan. The citizens of these countries can freely visit 58 countries of the world.
Свободно посещать 58 стран мира. И вместо резюме. Конечно, партнерам...
And instead of a summary, of course the Eurasian Economic Union partners would like to expand their geography of visa-free countries, but the range of 42nd to 66th position is already not so bad, since the Global Passport Power Rank rating includes 193 countries and 6 territories. In addition, every country always has an opportunity to improve its standing for the better. For example, in the recent times, Kazakhstan's government has been working a lot on being more open to countries that have achieved economic success. And according to experts, the prospects of establishing the International Financial Center Astana can substantially improve the country's image in terms of the power rank of its passport. That's all from me. My name is Alexander Galiyev. Until next time on Single Market.
Александр Галиев. До встречи в программе «Рынок без границ».
10 веков назад византийский...
10 years ago, the Byzantine Emperor Leo VI the Wise, along with the strategy and tactics, included logistics into the system of army command. This entailed the solution of problems related to the delivery of arms and food to the army. In the contemporary framework, the term logistics has a much wider meaning, and the arsenal of its resources is also much richer. And our correspondent Elmira Negreeva is ready to convince us of this, using the example of a new logistics complex.
В Алматы и Алматинской области сегодня проживает около 3 миллионов...
In Almaty and the Almaty region, today around 3.75 million people reside. This is more than 20% of the entire country population. And if we look at the statistics on the market level, then we will see the formation of great opportunities and requirements in terms of supply and demand. First and foremost, this concerns basic necessity products, which include pharmaceutical products.
Фармацевтическая продукция.
Medicinal products as well as food products are considered to be part of basic goods. And for the normal functioning of the pharmaceutical market, today what is needed are not just high-technology productions that can offer competitive goods, but also modern complexes for the storage and distribution of medicinal products. In Kazakhstan, this role is relegated to the specialized companies that are certified in accordance with international standards. They include the company MedService Plus.
В 2013 году наша компания была сертифицирована на предмет соответствия стандарту.
In 2013, our company was certified in accordance with the Good Distribution Practice Standards. And in 2016, we once again passed the GDP certification.
Прошла ресертификацию на предмет соответствия стандартам GDP.
The abbreviation GDP stands for Good Distribution Practice. This system of standards covers assurance of quality for warehouse enterprises and wholesale distributors through which medical products pass. This process includes the delivery of raw materials to the production sites, storage, distribution, and dispatchment of final products. The company MedService Plus, having a wide network of warehouses in different regions of the country, today is trying to switch their mode of operation in order to comply with GDP standards.
У нас есть четкий план перевода всех наших филиалов.
We have a clear plan of switching the operations of our branches to comply with the international standards. In Almaty, we already got the certificate, also in Karaganda. According to the plan, by the end of this year, we should have all of our 16 subsidiary branches internationally certified.
16 филиалов.
The logistics complex, which opened its doors this summer in Almaty, is the company's 16th branch. Its location was chosen taking into account the logistics infrastructure within the city. It is practically next to the city center, with an equal distance from different locations in Almaty, medical treatment institutions, and that is why our delivery will be quick and, most importantly, we're confident about the conditions of storage and delivery. The financing of this project is realized with the use of two resources, the funds of the MedService Plus company and a loan from the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development. The total area of the logistics complex is 6,300 square meters, and the warehouses are divided into a number of zones, depending on the temperature regime. The microclimate is maintained with the help of specialized equipment, because here pallet rack storage is used. On every level, sensors are installed, which register all the temperature changes.
Сейчас мы находимся в зоне температурного хранения.
Right now we're in a storage area with a temperature of plus 15 and plus 25. You can feel it that each zone is totally separated, regulated and controlled by a single system.
Системой.
The system SAP EWM is used to control the logistics complex. It controls operations such as receipt and registration of goods in the database, use of different strategies of managing the warehouse operations, labeling and others. All the equipment and computer control systems are from leading companies of Austria and Germany.
Принцип работы данного склада, алгоритм, первым вошел, первым вышел.
The working principle of this warehouse is the algorithm first in, first out. This is the FIFO international principle. We can track the incoming cargo flows as well as the outgoing flows. We get the entire picture of the distribution of our goods.
Всю картину распределения нашего товара между потребителями.
This logistics center, in collaboration with the future pharmaceutical plant, will become one of the modern sectoral clusters in the country, especially since the company is planning to introduce international standards to its new production site.
На сегодняшний день производственный проект.
Today, the production project is in the stage of realization. We are hoping that at the beginning of next year, the plant will produce its first batch of pharmaceutical products. Last year, on the territory of the Eurasian Economic Union, the single pharmaceutical market was launched. And for Kazakhstan, as a member of this union, the appearance of modern logistics centers working in alliance with high-tech pharmaceutical companies promises a more competitive market environment. This logistics project fits perfectly into the concept of infrastructural development. That is why already today experts are forecasting that its realization will be of great importance not just for the city of Almaty and the Almaty region, but also the country as a whole.
Какие сегодня существуют новейшие
An
технологии?
economic model that is environmentally friendly, technologies capable of leading to breakthroughs, and energy which today, by preserving natural resources, ensures a sustainable future for all of humanity. These are the key notions that determine the content and format of the EXPO 2017 exhibition in Astana. In our program, we continue the excursion across the different national pavilions.
Продолжение темы в репортаже нашего корреспондента.
This year, Kazakhstan and Switzerland are celebrating an anniversary of their diplomatic relations. 25 years ago, the first official intergovernmental relations were established, and since then, the dynamic of trade and economic relations between the two countries has been constantly expanding its scope. And today, Switzerland is one of Kazakhstan's biggest European investors. What's more, Switzerland's contribution to the country's economy is made not just in the form of loans, but also technology transfers. The International Expo exhibition has become a good reason for its visitors to familiarize themselves better with the specificities and achievements of this country. The facade design of Switzerland's pavilion already lets one feel the picturesque atmosphere of the alpine fields. Here we can see mountains, forests, rivers, and endless fields of flowers. everything that makes up the concept of flower power. This is the term that is used in the slogan of Switzerland's national pavilion, and the flower power is revealed throughout the entire excursion.
The Swiss Pavilion has the topic flower power because we believe that the nature is a great source for future energies. We showcase some innovations of Switzerland here in the Swiss Pavilion.
Symbolically, Switzerland's pavilion was designed in the form of a huge mountain hut, inside which there are 3 more smaller huts, each one of them using the example of solar and water power, and paradoxically enough, energy of potatoes, reveals Switzerland from the most diverse perspectives. The first mini hut is called Monty Rose. This is a copy of a real futuristic eco-house. When visiting it, a person would find themselves at the height of 2,883 meters above sea level, surrounded by the white peaks of the Alps.
For example, the power of the solar cells. We show in our houses innovations from Switzerland regarding new possibilities of how you can use and implement solar cells for future energy. Other new energies that we show are constructions in glass to energy. This is a glass facade that can convert energy from the sun as well.
The concept of a hut of the future to a great extent reminds of the functioning principle of the electric plane's solar impulse. By the way, this unique flying apparatus is presented at the Swiss Pavilion as well. It weighs 1,600 kilograms and can reach a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. In addition, the plane has a 63-meter wingspan that is fully covered by solar panels.
We expect to have a lot of visitors from Central Asia, not only from Kazakhstan but from the whole area here, and we would like to share our innovation and also to learn from other countries participating here from the region, and we would like to showcase that Switzerland is an innovative country in the field of renewable energies.
In the second mini-hut, there is a demonstration of how to manage water energy. As an example, a smart house and hydroelectric stations are presented. It is quite clear why specifically water was chosen for the demonstration of technological achievements. In Switzerland, water is the main renewable source of energy and is harnessed in the country using 600 small hydroelectric stations. The third hut is called the Potato House, and what is demonstrated here will spark an interest in every visitor.
And from Geneva over there. It's real one.
And we have, it's like a cooking show in the TV. We have a cook in there and he explains to people how to best prepare this Swiss national dish. We have some tips ready, how you can cook in a sustainable way, how you can save energy by cooking this Swiss national dish.
One of the intellectually stimulating platforms of the Swiss Pavilion is the laboratory Swiss Next. This is a specialized platform for the exchange of experience and facilitation of bilateral cooperation between Switzerland and Kazakhstan. Here, every visitor can feel like a real scientist who conducts experiments in the field of green energy. Throughout the period of the exhibition, Switzerland is expecting to receive in its pavilion 10% of the total number of the exhibition visitors. Let's calculate. Over this period, at least 2 million people will have visited EXPO. This means that over the 3 months, 200,000 people will be able to feel Switzerland's flower power. Oleg Boldarev, Oskar Aitkenov, exclusively for Single Markets. That's all for today. My name is Pavel Koktyshev. Kind reminder, all the episodes of our program are available on www.kazakh-tv.kz. Until next time on Single Market.
В программе «Рынок без границ».